First News with Keeler in the morning on WIBX and WIBX950.com.
Looks like you need a vacation. Enter the 5-Hour Energy Where Will the Tide Take You sweepstakes. You could win a $10,000 dream beach vacation. Imagine jet setting off to a tropical paradise, having fun in the sun, or diving at a gorgeous reef. It's up to you. No purchase necessary. Go to 5HETide.com for official rules and to enter. That's 5HETide.com. Enter today. Ends June 30th, 2024.
Mighty John, the record guy, is on the line right now. John, good morning.
Good morning, Bill. How are you?
Good. I want to ask you, Billboard just put out a survey of the three greatest, how do they call it? They're rock songs, but it's, what's the word they use? Mainstream. The three greatest mainstream rock songs of all time. Are you ready?
Yes.
Days of the News, Touch, Peel, and Stand, Stone Temple Pilots' Interstate Love Song, and U2's Mysterious Ways. Are you kidding me?
I guess it all depends on who your demographic is when you come up with something.
I guess. I mean, who's reading Billboard anymore, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
apparently. I would never have thought of those songs in a million years.
Not one of them. Although probably my favorite of the three would be U2, but still, even that is not one of their great songs. I mean, it's a great song. I wouldn't call that their greatest song.
It's amazing. When you mention of course, I'm thinking What's Worth Money, Stone Temple Pilots, that 45 can go up to around $200 to $300.
Oh, okay.
So I would put them at number one.
Yeah.
Based on money.
Yeah. Based on money. All right. So if you have any quick questions of John on vinyl that you might have, 315-736-0186 is our number. And John, you have a list here today for June that is the latest list of 10 records worth $100 or more.
Yes.
What do we have?
Well, at number 10 we have the late great Kenny Rogers, the album The Gambler. If you have a copy, is it a picture disc with Kenny's picture on the vinyl? Up to $100.
Actually, it's very interesting, that photo on vinyl, because I have seen that. It looked kind of a little bit, that was a great technology, but it wasn't. It almost seemed a little distorted. But then again, when you saw him in later years, he kind of looked a little distorted. So I think it looked more like him as the years went on.
Yes, absolutely.
Sorry.
The Beatles, Always Worth Money. Look for their hit, The Long and Winding Road. With its picture sleeve up to $150. Allman Brothers, their first album, the Allman Brothers Band on Atco, Capricorn. It is worth up to $400. Some country could be collectible. Look for Merle Haggard, Singing My Heart Out on Tally Records, his first 45, $500. Jackson 5, their first 45. Big Boy on Steel Town, not Motown, Steel Town. Currently up to $500. Beach Boys, 1967, the album Smiley Smile. Do you have a copy? If it's in stereo, it's up to $300. If it's in mono, it's up to $500.
Okay, interesting. I think Yeah, go ahead. There's one coming up that I think I might actually have, but keep going here.
Okay. The old doo-wop groups of this early 60s, late 50s, very collectible. The Crests had a lot of hits. One of them was called The Angels Listened In, the EP, Angels Listened In, up to $1,000. Dwight Yoakam, guitars, Cadillacs, and great country music. If you have a copy, look at the label. If it's on reprise, no more than $8. But the original label, Oak, current value up to $1,200.
I wonder if you would, because during that time period, I was a music director at a country radio station. I'm pretty sure I have a promo copy of that album. What would that be?
Well, it would have to be on Oak to have anything.
Got it.
Really, really substantial.
Okay.
Sometimes, promo copies, as we're going to find out in this countdown, it can be quite collectible. But the reprise promo copy would be no more than $10 to $15.
Okay. All right.
Little Richard, here's Little Richard, his first album. Current value up to $2,000. The original album would have a catalog number of 100. If you have one that has 2,100, it's a reissue up to $350. Here's Little Richard. And promos, Rolling Stones Sticky Fingers promo copy that went to radio stations, stereo copy up to $1,000, a mono copy currently up to $3,000.
Wow. Crazy.
We find promo copies a lot at yard sales and thrift stores, so look for them because sometimes they can be worth a lot of money.
And great segue. World's largest yard sale, Saturday, June 12th at the Herkimer County Fairgrounds.
Very good point. You might find a lot of that there. The promotional, there's a promotional stamp usually on the record, but also a hole in the cover, right?
Well, that doesn't count.
That
Words
doesn't count.
Not for sale or promotional copy must be printed on the label to make it a real promo copy.
Yeah, because anybody could punch a hole in it, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, before we take a few calls here, 315-736-0186, you have a couple of bonus records.
Well, these are records that people have probably never heard of, but you should be aware of them because they're worth a lot of money. Northern Soul, a very collectible form of music. 1966, Ray Agee, Hard Lovin' Woman, currently up to $8,000. And Pre-War Blues, extremely collectible. These are blues, 78s, that came out prior to World War II. We find them mostly at estate sales. Blind Percy, Coal River Blues, current value up to $20,000.
Wow. Also, I think anything blues, right? If you can find anything blues on 78, would you say that's worth grabbing because you just don't know? Absolutely, yes. And usually the great telltale is that the word blues is usually in the title of the record. Okay, all righty. Something to think about when you're out there. Yeah. A couple of calls. Scott in Kirkville. What do you have there, Scott?
Yeah, actually, I had maybe like a history question because I've been watching the Antenna channel, and they actually got the Monkees and the Partridge Family, and I know I got a Partridge Family album somewhere, and the funny thing is when I was looking at the credits, they don't give David Cassidy credit for singing. Do you know if he actually sang on the actual Partridge Family music? Kept saying somebody named Wes Farrell was doing all the music and stuff, and there's a little thing that says musicians and voices were augmented by musicians. I always thought David Cassidy.
I did too.
But I couldn't find it anywhere on the credits when they did the music on the show. Right. You know if David Cassidy actually was a singer for the Partridge Family?
Yes, I emceed a David Cassidy concert. You can sing, but it should be on Bell, BELL Records to be an original, and if so, up to about $50.
Okay.
All
right, Scott.
But was he actually singing? Was he actually the voice of the actual?
To my knowledge, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Thanks.
Yep.
All right, Scott. Thanks, man. And Rick in Rome. Hello, Rick. You're on with Mighty John.
Hi. Good morning. I have a Arturo Toscanini William Tell Overture.
Well, there has been no established value for classical records or opera, so I can't give you a value. There haven't been enough sold on the collector's market to establish any kind of value. So everything is based on supply and demand.
I was told the cover was designed by Andy Warhol.
And sometimes when Andy Warhol designed several covers, he even did one with the Boston Pops. And if that's true, then it certainly the cover is where the value is. And usually the Andy Warhol covers go up to around $200 to $300.
Okay.
Oh, that's great.
Not bad. Yep. All right, Rick, thanks. Can you talk a little bit about that? I did not know that Andy Warhol even did a lot of album covers. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I know he did. Like I said, he did that one for the Boston Pops, and I can't. The others that don't come to my mind right now. But usually that's where the value is, $200 to $300 for anything by Andy Warhol on a cover. Okay.
My understanding is he did things on the back of a lot of album covers, but I didn't know that he was designing them.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. No, he did. I think he's one on one of the Velvet Underground too.
And wasn't it a Warhol style that Woodstock '99 went with? I forgot who the artist. Max. Is it Max? Who is the artist that did the stage and all that artwork at Woodstock in Rome? I forget the Peter Max.
Not sure. Was it the guy that did the Keep on Truckin' logo?
It may have been. It really may have been. But I think that was like a Warhol style. Yeah. Okay, interesting stuff. People have maybe some records they want to ask about. They can reach out to you. The website is moneymusic.com.